just said, sorry, I quit the show. I don't know, man.
Hi, everybody. It's Kindle Fire here on the Carnival Jubilee, and you're listening to the Carnival Cruising Podcastaways.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways, the podcast where we talk about anything and everything Carnival cruising related. My name is Trevor Shelby, and joining me on this crazy cruising adventure are my good friends Thomas Kennedy and Jennifer Roel. Oh, that's the one without the dun-dun-dun.
Really?
Oh.
4 years. 4 years.
Oh, no. I didn't listen to it. I was quickly editing just before the show, and I was like, I didn't put the opening together. And I was like, that's the opening. Oh, just remember there's a bump after that. So, well, how is everybody? It's season 4 of Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. We're bright and shiny, and Gary quit the show.
Gary quit the show. Yeah, I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Pour one out.
Pigs fly.
Yeah, pour one out. Oh, man.
How was y'all's Thanksgiving? We haven't
It was
seen
actually pretty good.
pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, man, I ate too much. I ate way too much over Thanksgiving. But I only gained 2 pounds, so I mean.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So, but,
Jen, how was your Thanksgiving?
it was fine. It was, lots of family, lots of food, lots of, all the Thanksgiving-y stuff.
Yeah.
all the Thanksgiving stuff.
But I'm still
everyone-
eating leftovers.
Everyone nestled around the tofurkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did something smart. So I had Thursday off for Thanksgiving, and then I had Friday off for the state celebrates Black Friday, apparently. And I decided that I'm going to go ahead and take Monday off too. And so it was like 20 minutes before, like, we're ending the day on Wednesday, and I called my boss and I'm like, would you just hate me if I took Monday off? And he was like, no, take it. So I have a pretty good boss. So he signed it right away, and I was good. But,
That's good.
Yeah, no, I was happy that we were able to do that. I needed it, though. I really did. Got a lot of stuff done. So I was very excited.
Now that it's after Thanksgiving, does everybody have their tree up?
No.
I am working on some tree stuff. I don't have an actual tree anymore. I have 3 Christmas trees, but they're tiny. And so they're like yay big. So, okay. And Megan wants a real tree. And so and she's been working so much. It's just getting the time, because I want her involved in the picking process, because I just have that feeling that I'm going to pick the wrong tree. So, yes.
He who loves Christmas more than anyone.
I know.
He's going to pick the wrong tree.
Mm-hmm. It'll be like too big. That's going to be the thing. It's going to be like a giant. If I did it myself, I would get the biggest tree, because we have a pretty good ceiling, like, in the living room. But yeah, she would come in and probably
Christmas vacation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it'd be going through the roof. There'd be squirrels in it. But
I mean, just focus on the outside like you normally do with your 120-foot Santa Claus.
Yes. I did do that, though. I did put lights up outside, and I did that part. So We've gotten that far.
Nice.
No, I need to get some battery powered Christmas lights so I can decorate my tuba for tuba Christmas.
Oh, I wish I printed this off. We got an email at my work, and they said you can totally celebrate Christmas. We don't care. You can put anything you want up, you can do anything you want, but here are the restrictions. You cannot plug anything in. You cannot hang anything with tacks. You cannot hang anything with tape. You cannot hang anything with putty, but you can hang things up if you can figure out how to do it with those things out of the way. And I was like, this email is terrible.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nothing. How am I supposed, with those things gone, I thought super glue. They didn't say super glue. So I don't know. I really don't know. So I told my boss, I said, we got the Christmas tree already up in the office. I mean, it's a giant one and it's got lights all over it. I said, dude, I'm bringing in a car battery. And I'm wiring this thing up. And he was like, oh, don't do that. He was like, just plug it in. You just do it. I was like, okay, we'll do that. But,
Paper clips.
yes. Oh, hey, yeah, you can hang them from the ceiling and just chain it down.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be the question over there. How am I to hang all my decorations? And I have a lot of decorations. I actually have a tub at work of Christmas decorations that I can't hang up. If you have any ideas, please let me know. That's not tape related, putty related, and or tack related. I can't tack them up. So, yeah.
I feel like you're the reason rules get put into place.
Yeah, my office is old. Everyone else has the new offices. I don't know why they put these rules on me. But, oh, well, speaking of old offices, did you guys hear about this cruise tax over in Mexico?
That is the worst transition I've ever heard you do.
What are you talking
truly
about?
terrible. But you know what else is terrible?
Mm-hmm.
This
Oh.
cruise tax.
Yeah, this new cruise tax that Mexico is implementing is $42 a day per person.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and it starts next month.
Yeah.
Like, of all the wild things, like, and does anyone know if this affects like people that have booked cruises next month? Or is the Carnival eating the are the cruises eating the price, or are they going back and saying, oh, by the way, you all owe another $160?
Well, that's a spectacular question because I'm cruising to Mexico for 10 days in January.
Yeah,
Well,
God.
I do know that Carnival is trying to fight it. I don't know about Royal or anyone else, but I have seen that Carnival is actually trying to fight the tax to be implemented. Otherwise, they might be just changing itineraries.
Well, sure,
Yes.
Except for
people that can go somewhere else.
except for your side. I mean, you guys could change to like Hawaii or something.
It would take us that long to get there.
No, that's a good point, though. Like, what are you going to do? Like, head down to Peru or something?
There's only so many places to go on the West Coast.
Yes.
Be like, look, I know you packed bikinis, but we're going to Alaska.
You guys will go from Long Beach to
Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, Gilligan's Island to Seattle to Vancouver and back.
Well, and
No.
so, and I also read that they're implementing another $5 in Costa Maya. I believe it's Costa Maya. It's another $5 tax that's going on top of the $42 that's going to go to just improving their port and Cozumel. So, and Cozumel may end up implementing that $5 tax as well.
That's kind of
So
weird because Costa Maya is a new port.
yeah, well, it's going to be for continuing improvements and then fighting against weather related stuff. So,
What
but
if that
that's
$5 went to putting in a little tram in Cozumel
yes,
for that long, long
yes.
haul?
Well, and especially like if the tram started at Three Amigos and then ended up over the, I would be all for it.
I
But
think
no,
Three Amigos should
Dude,
put money
I
for
just
that.
use the rickshaw. I don't know what, I
I
don't need a
know.
tram. I use the rickshaw.
That's what they're gonna have to do on Dude's Cruise, man. So I don't know. They Carnival went through this with, everyone did when the Bahamas upped their tax to like $18, something like that, and then they also upped the private islands to like 20 something dollars. So, and this was like a year or two ago. So Carnival fought it and invested a whole bunch of stuff in their economy and stuff, and they kind of like backed it off for them and Royal and for like an X amount of years. And so I don't know if they're going to try to work something like, it was Christine Duffy that actually worked that out. And so I'm wondering, because Royal has Perfect Day Mexico going in. I mean, that alone is going to end up costing them an arm and a leg now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot of money. At first, I was just like, whatever. But then I started thinking about like people that have a family of 4. Oh my god, that's a lot of money.
It's only $164 or $68. I mean, that's fine.
Only,
Only.
yeah.
Only, yeah.
Goodness
Just
gracious.
just put your kids to work. You'll be fine.
Oh, but yeah, no, I read that $5 thing just before we started the show, so I haven't looked too much into it. So if it's fake news, I'm sorry. I did come from like Cruise News, so the Daily Guy. So
You're certain it starts next month?
if not, if I'm completely wrong, I'll have a disclaimer down in the description, or like I'll bleep myself several times through this to make it sound like we were saying inappropriate things. I don't know.
That sounds fair. That sounds
Yeah.
fair. Mhm.
Oh,
That'd be interesting. I'll be looking for an email from the cruise line saying, "Hey, guess what? Passengers
Yeah, it means
with
you already
30
have
days
one.
to go."
yeah. Yeah, that's what with Dude's Cruise, that's
Yeah.
what we're looking at. So I don't know. I kind of wonder, is Carnival going to eat this price or what? I don't think they would,
That's a
but
lot to eat.
yeah,
We're talking millions and millions of dollars because just about every cruise on the west coast goes to Mexico, and over half the cruises in out of Galveston go to Mexico. You know, so yeah,
yeah,
so we're talking like millions and millions of dollars.
yeah. It I'm looking up real quick. Okay. It's $42, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God. So the Carnival Mardi Gras docks.
Oh, I did the
That's
math
a
on this already. Yeah.
$273,000 check they have to write. Oh my God, at full capacity. Oh my goodness. And like 60, what was it? Like 60 something percent or something like that. Like it's not even going to the port. It's going to their military. But
That's crazy.
2/3 of the revenue from the new tax will go to the Mexican army and not going to improve ports. So, man, can you imagine how awesome of a port they would have after a while? Man. Oh,
Oh, did you
something
see
else.
this? They're predicting it will make cruise tourism in Mexico 213% more expensive than the average Caribbean port.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the flip side of this is places like Jamaica are going to suffer because of this, because if this impacts, let's say, the wider community of cruising. Let's say I'm not going to go on any cruise that goes to Mexico. Well, there's no itineraries that's like Belize, Jamaica, and Honduras. Like there's always a stop in Mexico. And so you're looking at those other stops suffering. So Honduras, Belize, and Jamaica, and all them. Less people going that way. Everyone's going to be heading out to the Bahamas or to the ABC Islands. So,
Or
Yeah.
what if the cruise lines just decide to skip Cozumel?
to me, that would be a real possibility.
Yeah.
There would be a real possibility. Now, the cruise I met Amanda and Josh on, originally that cruise was supposed to go to, it wasn't Ocho Rios, it wasn't Georgetown, but the other port in Jamaica, and it's supposed to go to Belize and Roatan as well. So it was the first time I'd seen that itinerary. But yeah, but they ended up Jamaica was on the outs. They hadn't opened up, so we ended up going to Cozumel instead.
Yeah, that was a really bad cruise because there were people that were getting their burgers taken away from them. So, I mean, that was a bad deal.
They couldn't get their burger. They wasn't, they didn't take them away. I mean, the 5-year-olds don't need that many burgers anyway, And if you can't hear, Trevor's gone, so we can talk as much crap as we want. Did you know that Trevor once had hair?
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah, he had hair at one point. Did you know that he once was so fit that he could walk up one of those carnival ladders and fall on his head and knock himself out?
Who knocked themselves out?
You did.
You.
Oh, me? Oh, no.
Yeah, doing the ladder climb.
Oh. Well, I don't remember getting knocked out.
You got knocked out real good.
Yeah.
Why?
I remember we almost killed somebody. So.
Yeah, we did.
Kid we didn't even know. I don't think we ever saw him again.
I think his parents got a little upset once he told them what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
How did you almost kill a kid?
So the ladder climb had a inflatable landing pad basically, and we found out if two people jump on the landing pad at the same times on opposite ends, it will launch one of the people.
Yeah, like you see those videos of people shooting people into the lake.
Yeah. And so we did it, and we were smart enough to make sure we went into the pad to land on the pad, because you didn't want to not land on the pad. And we were doing it. We had this dude that was a football player, and he was a big old dude. And this kid comes walking by, he sees us doing it, and he was like, I want to do it. And so we're like, all right. And he was a really scrawny little kid. And we were like, let's get the big guy. And so we got this big old football player dude to go up there with him. And they got on opposite sides. They launched him, and this kid almost hit the roof. I mean, it was crazy. And then he went outside the landing zone, and he fell in between the wall and the pad, and it was just wood slats that was down there, and he just was the sickening whack. And I mean, oh my god, we were like, he's dead. And he wasn't moving.
Now, mind you, this is not the only time that Trevor has almost killed someone.
Yeah,
I was the other one.
So yeah. That was an accident, though.
I call a bunch of crap because it was your responsibility to inflate that daggum thing.
Oh, yeah. That was
He
trouble.
He
Yeah.
DDT'd me on that stupid ladder climb mat, and it wasn't inflated. I went all the way down to the wood, and he knocked me out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was out too, and his girlfriend walked by and was not happy with me because I was trying to bring him back to life.
You killed him! You killed. I wake up to her
Mm-hmm.
screaming, "You killed him! You killed him!"
Yeah, it wasn't great. I didn't know they unplugged the pad though, so. But
Anywho,
well, the speaking of no.
Speaking of almost dying,
well, I mean,
Mhm.
this wasn't. These were secret accidents. And speaking of secrets, let's
Ooh,
get into some cruise secrets, shall we?
yeah. So that's one thing that we decided we were going to talk about today was like for newer folk that haven't actually cruised or those who have cruised and maybe you don't know all of these things. We put together a little tips and tricks list of things that you might want to experience or may look forward to on your next cruise. Mr. Kennedy, do you want to start us out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over some, like secret decks that
Mm,
you might not be aware of, and they're not really secret. I mean, because everyone knows about them, but these are decks that you may not know how to get to, and they're on, just like every class of ships except for the Spirit class and the new XL class. So let's start off with, and on each class they're on the same in the same area. So on the Dream class, which is the Magic, Breeze, and the Dream, on decks 6, 7, 9, 10, and 11, straightforward, you will find the secret decks. And you can get to them from the front of the lanai, or, if you're in on the ship, go straight up to take the elevator to one of those floors and walk straight front. There'll be two entrances onto there, one on each side. If it's not windy, you should be able to open that door. If not, you'll have to struggle. I will tell you this: Deck 11 is the best place to go on at night if you want complete darkness. So,
yeah.
I mean, on the Conquest and its sister ships, it's on 5, 6, and 7. Once again, you can get it. There's only one way to get to these because there's not a lanai on that class of ship. So you're gonna go straight forward. You'll see one of the doors, and you'll go out and you can hang out. There's great views on the top deck, so it is very, very good. Sorry, there's also one on deck 10 as well. The Elation on decks 8 and 11. The Forenzia is on decks 6, 7, 9, and 10, 11, and 14. Now that's like a Vista class ship, right?
Um, I think.
So I mean, if it is a Vista class ship, then that's the same decks as a Vista, and so
Um,
the
and I will
well,
say, like the when I was on the Vista, they had like all the time, even when we were in port, they had the signs that were like that said like deck was closed, like
yeah,
too windy. But it was like, we're in port. And it was just somebody left that sign up
oh
and
yeah,
just left it. And so it was kind of cool because like nobody was going through it. And I was like, Mr. I've got my platinum card. And so I just walked on through and I thought, well, maybe they're painting or maybe they're doing something. They weren't doing nothing out there. And they just left the signs up. And it was kind of nice going out there. Nobody else was there. Was extra
yeah.
kind of neat.
So then you got the Luminosa, which is decks 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
The Liberty, which is 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. The Paradise, which is 8 and 11. The Radiance, 5, 6, and 7, and 10. The Splendor, 5, 6, 7, and 10. The Sunrise is 5, 6, 7, and 10, as well as Well, the Sunshine is actually 5, 6, and 7. Valor 5, 6, 7, and 10. So yeah, I mean, most of them are on the upper deck. So, but one other thing that people might not know about is the 4J class, which is on these secret decks. It's a forward cabin. Kind of like the XL class has the front balcony. Well, these are just interior rooms with a picture window, so you can see out the front and see on those, on the secret deck. So you can, if you stay on one of those rooms, which I have, it's a great room. You go out the door and you basically got your own, a public balcony basically, but you have access to just about everywhere on the outside of the ship by going down the stairs and going to the line and stuff like that. If you're on like the breeze or something like that. So yeah, just something you might want to look into. They're listed as a interior room with a view, so you have basically an ocean view room at the price of an interior cabin.
And I will have, when this episode comes out, I will have a list of all those deck numbers and all that over at the podcastways.com. So if you ever are looking for that kind of information, we will have it there. So that would be pretty darn cool. Let's see. I was going to point out something, talk about secrets. You could try the specialty dining for pretty much free.
Really?
On some of them, not all of them. But if you're watching your fun times, you can see free times whenever they're doing like lunches and stuff, and you can go in and try some of that. Now, I'm gonna say there's a reason I think I've only been once to the dinner at the Cucina, and that's because lasagna is available at lunch
only.
and there's no other reason to go, because if you go at dinner, I don't think you find it. So, and it's so good.
I've been there at dinner, and it's not on. I've been there twice for dinner, and it's not on there. I'm like,
now
too bad.
Don't show up at like Rudy's or the steakhouse and think you're getting a free lunch. Some of those places, like the Cucina and places, they do have those free lunches.
I'll never forget whenever on the Magic, it was the first place that had the Cucina, and we discovered this, and it was the lasagna was listed as a side. So you made your pasta bowl, and then you got a side of lasagna, which the side was bigger than the pasta bowl.
Yeah. Oh, and that lasagna, man. It brought a tear to my eye.
It had roast beef.
Sentimental about
it's very good.
Roast beef. It had zucchini, sausage.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And you'll learn, like, there's when we went on FRGC 1, what is the China Mexico thing?
The Chibang.
Chibang, yeah. So we went to Chibang, and I learned that I probably would never want to eat there at dinner time. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe this ain't for me. And I'm okay with that. I'm glad I tried it for free.
Now, Gigi's Asian Kitchen is a different story. And yes, they do have a lunch. It's where the Mongolian Grill went to on all these trips. But their dinner is also amazing. You and I had dinner. Me and Megan, actually, I think. Was she was there? Yeah. I wasn't sure if there was a vegetarian option.
I don't remember, but I think there is. I think there was. I think she was there. That's where we got the family style, isn't it, though?
Yeah. It was all family style.
Yeah. I don't remember. She might have been there.
I know it was the cruise that you guys that you proposed to her.
Yeah, so then I probably left her.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't bring her. I don't know. Speaking of, look who's calling me.
Are you going to take it?
No.
I have to pass along this message. We are recording this on Wednesday, so it's going to air on Saturday. So just remember, this was recorded on Wednesday. On Wednesday, happy anniversary to you and Megan.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm putting that out there because I had totally forgot about it the last time we recorded.
Yeah. Well, let me put it this way. Monday, we were recording the live, and we were talking about times we like to go cruising and stuff. And I say, we usually like to cruise the first week of December. And, on top of everything else, it's like our anniversary. And I go, it's our anniversary. I gotta order a Roomba.
Go to Costco, dude.
Yeah, I already ordered it. It's already here. No, our Roomba is dying a slow death. This is Roomba number 5, and
Was
this
it Franco
one,
Roomba?
yeah, it is. It's been frankened. Its circuit board has been replaced, and plus, it's most of its parts. But we're upgrading to a new one, and we decided, since we're both working at this time, we're going to run the other one till it dies, or turn it into a DJ Roomba, and we decided that we can't call him Mr. Roomba like the other one, so we're going to call him Broomba. So
Roomba?
broom, like Broomba.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. We like to name our robots. So so his name is Mr. Broomba.
You can use their name.
Yeah. Well, in the Alexa thing, you can put their name in. So, but now I have to say Broomba start. So, but our Brava is Dr. Brava. So, yes, he's a doctor.
A medical doctor?
A medical doctor, yes. So, who did this third one? Is it the Fred? I don't know. Is that you, Tom, or was that Gary?
That was Gary, I think.
Okay.
Well, I'll pitch it since Gary's not here.
Okay.
Rude.
Yeah,
Gary.
rude.
God.
You get a free bottle of wine when you book the steakhouse on the first night of the cruise. So do yourself a solid and avoid the crowds and go to the steakhouse. I mean, book it. Don't just show up.
No. Also realize this is a house bottle. It's not an expensive bottle, and it's for everyone at your table.
Yes.
So if you have a big group, you get one bottle of wine.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But if it's house wine, that may be all you want.
That's true.
Well, I'll put it this way. Tom and I showed up. We had a big group with us. I mean, like a big group.
We were expecting a bottle of wine per person.
Yeah.
It was for the table.
It was for the table, and like that bottle didn't go around the table. Like it didn't make it, man. Oh, but it was like they were not willing to budge on that. I mean, they were not willing to budge.
I think someone in our group actually ended up buying another bottle.
I think so. But that's kind of, it is what it is. But so, like, that's why I threw it there. I was like, man, y'all might want to book separate tables.
Yeah. Make sure you're close together, but yeah. But yeah.
Well, I will say one of my favorite activities on a ship I haven't been on before is looking for the hidden ship coin. And that's something that I have a lot of fun doing, and it's something that usually takes me a few days. I'm like, I'll be like, I'm gonna search this portion of the ship today, and then the next day I'll be like, all right, well, I didn't find it, so I need to search over here, and so I only get desperate until it's the end of the cruise, and I'm like, well, I just want to see the darn thing. And people are really good about not posting spoilers of where it's at. So.
Well, I mean, I've tried, and the only ones I've found are on the Jubilee and the Celebration because they are right out in the open for the XL class ships. Yes,
they didn't hide them. So, but I will say, and I did really good. When I took a photo of them to prove that I found them, it's like the most tight up close photo that I could take. That way nobody could identify where it was at. I'm not letting anybody cheat. So, but I had a lot of fun doing that though. And I look forward to every new ship I go on to doing something like that.
The finding the coins. I like trying to find access to places that not everyone knows about, like the secret decks.
Yeah.
I like trying to find places I could stow away someday.
That might be somewhat connected to secret decks.
Maybe, if they all have the same things on the ship.
I know. Let's just say it. That was a funny day.
So on deck 11, it's pitch black. The only thing we see is this wooden bench.
Yeah.
That you can open up, and they keep like junk in it. So you just throw that overboard and you hide in it.
So yeah, the bench itself, like we were sitting on it, and I remember it was like, I think it was when we sat down. It was like, is this connected? It was like, what is it? And then we lifted it up, and it's just filled with like life preservers and stuff. And it was like, you could totally hide in this. It was like a little coffin.
Exactly. It's like pitch black, so I don't even think the cameras could see what we were doing.
Yeah.
So, they probably do have the night vision, but
Yeah.
Well, so your plan is grow
stow
men,
away.
hide in the bench.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, and those life preservers might make a good bed.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And when you go to the bar on the first day of the next sailing, where are you gonna sleep? I have a lot of questions about your plan.
We would sleep on that secret deck.
Yeah.
And you see how you're gonna get booze was my first question.
Oh, I've seen plenty of people get their booze, and we just buy it before.
I mean, it's how we do it all. Already we just show up to the singles events, and and then next thing you know, I've got a drink in my hand.
We don't need a sign and sell card to eat at the buffet.
That's true too.
And you don't need a sign and sell card to get tea and lemonade.
Okay.
And what you do is the cruise that you actually paid for, you go and buy liquor, and you get that the last day of the cruise anyway. So you got liquor if you need it.
How big is this bench?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
But we got free showers over by the pools.
Okay, well,
it's gonna get bad quick.
This is informative.
Yeah. Oh god, it was really funny.
We had it all planned out, but you had to plan out something not so.
Well, I like that you're just going to show up at the singles events.
Yes. Hey. Yeah. Hey, how about a free drink for me?
Room on your tab for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
They turned off my sign sale card. Here, if I give you a 20, will you buy me a drink?
What's funny is we were getting on a cruise once, and they kept calling these two ladies' names over the intercom, and we found out they owed a bunch of money at the casino, and they were hiding somewhere on the ship. Oh, and wow. they weren't getting off the ship because they knew that, like, as soon as they did, their accounts were being hit. And so they are, or something, I don't know, like if it was either that or they just didn't want to face up the Carnival because they're gonna have to sign that paperwork that, like, we owe money. And so they, no joke, like, they kept calling their names, and whoever was with me, I kept saying they need to check those benches. It's like, oh no, they got to go check those. Oh.
No, you remember there was a cruise one time. I don't know if you were with us or not. That we went on. There was a homeless guy. You could tell he was homeless
Mm-hmm.
because he was always in the same clothes every day. He had his own liquor bottle that he kept with him, and he was like digging out cigarette snipes out of ashtrays. And so, if I were him, it didn't look like he had a card
Mm-hmm.
because he had his own liquor, and I didn't see him like anywhere else besides on the Lido deck. So he could have been a stowaway, but he like got off the ship with us, and they immediately took him to um, the customs office because
Ah.
he had a 3/4 drink bottle of whiskey and a full bottle in his bag.
Oh, well. Yeah. No, somebody got something on. Oh, too funny. Well, speaking of bottles, did you know that you could bring on a bottle of wine, 750 milliliters of wine or champagne whenever you're coming on
Wow.
to your Carnival cruise? That's pretty fantastic as well.
And bringing on beverages, speaking of that, you can
Mm-hmm.
also bring on a 12-pack of soda per person.
Yeah.
And if you run out, you can replenish that at any port of call.
Yeah. And if you're drinking all this soda and wine and you get seasick on the cruise because your tummy's aching, did you know you could go get seasick medicine at guest services? It's $1. And all you have to do is show them your platinum card, and they will say thank you, Mr. First they salute, and then they scan it, and then they hand it to you. And so with everybody that's not platinum or diamond, they charge them $1. Us, they give us $1. So then, or they might charge us $1, and they give you some pills. So I had a buddy that like we were on that cruise we're following a hurricane basically, and we're about 100 miles away, and it was really choppy water, and my buddy was green. I mean, he was green. And so, yeah, I went over and got him some medicine. And that's how I found out it was $1. I thought it was free. But
Well, a buck is still better
that's
than.
not a bad deal. Yeah.
It's better than suffering. On my daughter's first cruise, we had an aft cabin and hit some rough waters, and she spent half a day into the evening with her head in a bucket, and
Ooh.
they actually will deliver it to your room, I think for more than $1, but
Yeah.
when your kids got their head in a bucket, you don't care, you'll pay it
Mm-hmm.
and you'll tip. So, but it's great
Yes.
to know that they will bring it to you, and that really saved the day for us.
I mean, it's also cheaper than going to the whatchamacallit down on Zero. The what is it? The med room. I can't think of the name. The ER doctor that they have there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You could also do trivia games all over the ship, and then you could win yourself a ship on a stick. And everybody's done it. I mean, everyone's got. I got like a pile of them back here, and so I think that's about the easiest thing you can do on a cruise ship is win a ship on a stick. And so, like, if you don't,
no.
I'm kidding. I actually have not won one. I have my over-eager son, Tyler, who has walked away with several medals and a ship on a stick. And then my dad, of all people, my 8-year-old dad won a dancing competition. And yeah, I don't know.
I've been trying to win a ship on a stick since my first cruise. I've won 2 bottles of that crappy champagne, but no ship on a stick. And you know what happened? One of our former guests, Addie, wins a stupid ship on a stick and is like, Uncle Boot, I won this for you, and gives me hers that she won.
Oh, that's so sweet.
It is.
But I didn't win it. She won it. And
Well, you could have fought her and then won it like in battle.
Fought her? Wow.
I won one of the little trophies and a bottle of terrible champagne. Lucy had a medal, which was super cool.
Yeah.
But we haven't got a ship on a stick either. Only trophies.
Well, the trophy is a ship on a stick. Is your trophy a ship?
It's an actual, but it's not like the little. It's not on a stick.
Well, they call it a ship on a stick, even though it's not on a stick.
It's not on a stick.
Show it when you're not.
I'm not home. Otherwise, I would show it to you because it looks different. I've seen this ship on a stick.
Okay.
This looks. It's very.
We don't believe you.
Yeah.
I'm just a trophy.
We're calling BS until you can prove this.
Yeah.
Okay, if I show it to you and then you're like, no, that's actually this, I will be defeated. I will be deflated because I have believed now, and I've had this. I was pregnant when I got it, so 13 years thinking I have a trophy different than a ship on a stick. All right, I'm snapping a picture when I get home.
It's too funny. Oh, and the most important, it is the most important rule that we have, and this is a secret thing. But like, if you would appear like you're in the know on a Carnival cruise, it is actually really respectful to salute those who have a platinum or diamond sell-in sign card when they walk by. You salute them and you let them go on their way. Somebody changed my wording from salute to moon. I almost said it too.
Well, see, no one sees my sign and sell card except for the bartender. So, are they gonna am I just getting saluted from staff?
Well,
yeah.
You don't wear it on your shirt as you.
No, I'm not egotistical like Trevor.
Yeah, I glue a little the safety pin on the back, and I just safety pin it on my shirt. And I walk around like this,
which makes it complicated when you have to slide it through.
Yeah, but I make it work. I take my shirt off to get in the room. Oh. So,
well,
it's not a great sight.
I might have to do the dude's cruise. Forget Mom's birthday.
Yeah.
I want to go see Trevor have to strip to get it.
Yeah. I should invest in magnets. I don't know.
Now, this is a personal secret of mine. Okay. Don't ever share a room with Trevor Shelby.
Oh.
Because he will wake you up in the morning at like 4:00 in the morning screaming, "Lando!" even when there's not land in sight.
No land. I just wanted to say it. He almost punched me.
A few times.
Yeah.
I would support that. I would support violence in that situation. Okay, well, so I have two. One I got from this very podcast.
Ooh,
really?
From one of you two yahoos. And that is, on your first day at the buffet, go get yourself the little confetti cheesecake. I don't know where else it shows up.
We don't condone.
Yeah, we don't recommend it.
Oh no, I do. Well, I heard it from somewhere, and it's got to be you guys.
We've made fun of it. We've made fun of it several times.
It was probably Amanda and Josh that they one of the times they were on, and because they're advocates for it, we're just like, it's just sprinkles.
It doesn't matter. It's celebratory, and you should enjoy the little things like sprinkles. Do not deny me this one little bit of like. And number two is you should look on Facebook or Cruise Critic or whatever for your cruise group. Just about every
Yeah.
has one. It's not sanctioned by the cruise line.
Mhm.
It's just some rando, but it's a really great way to meet people
Sometimes
before you
it's a
go.
rando that, two randos.
It could be two randos.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really great way if you want to. Some people host slot pulls, some people, host meetups, and it's a nice way to know a few people before you board the ship. And then you have someone to go eat confetti cheesecake with.
I mean,
Oh, well, she was done after that. I
you
didn't. I really didn't. I didn't kick her. I didn't do nothing. Did nothing. Oh, wow. Yeah, man. But her lies caught up with her. That's all I'm going to say. Her lies caught up with her. It's just cheesecake with sprinkles on top, okay? Go buy you some sprinkles at Walmart and bring it on your cruise.
Now, another pastry secret.
Ooh, I like those.
Is the carrot cake at Java Blue.
Okay.
It's like a foot tall, this piece of carrot cake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it costs like $6, but it's $6 well worth it, So I don't think she's coming back.
I don't know. Well, mine would be a food related thing. Would have to be the banana cream pie on the breakfast that's in the main dining. Oh my God, dude. It is so good. And
I don't know, mine was frozen.
So here's the thing. If you get it, like, I've had it where it's like amazing and it's not like a gelatin look and looks almost fresh. And that is the one I'm talking about. Like the bananas were actually like caramelized and so good. And then I've also had it where it's almost like a gelatin base. And I've had it where it's been like frozen, like they didn't let it thaw out. And I'm just like, okay, so like, I guess it would really depend on how they're making it, because it seems like the gelatin one is kind of like a pre-made, pull it out of the freezer and let it thaw out thing. So, but yeah, I've had it both ways, but.
Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Jen text says, I don't know what happened, but I'm here.
Oh. That's weird. Your lies caught up to you? Madison is taking over. Oh, no. Let's see. Add. And no, let's do that. No, it wouldn't be that.
Jen, can you log out and then log back in? She has sent a picture in her screenshot, and she's still in.
That's wild. If you're still here, tap twice. I don't know. I sent you a link on Messenger. Everyone,
of Jen,
join hands.
If you hear us, Jen, please send us a sign that you are still with us, and not through a text message.
Oh, there she is. Oh my God, the seance worked. The seance worked. Welcome back.
That was weird. That's like some anti-cheesecake cabal kicked in. And like, you can watch this podcast, but you can't participate.
Oh, wow.
It's not anti-cheesecake. It's anti-funfetti cheesecake.
Yeah, because we love cheesecake.
Because if you go to the steakhouse and they got a huge piece of cheesecake that you can get for dessert.
It used to be massive. Now it's big, but it's not stupid now. So it used to be stupid.
Well, it looks stupid to you because you ate a full meal at the main dining room, then came and ate an entire steak dinner.
Mm-hmm. And
yeah, I did that.
Yeah, we did that. And you know what's funny is we talked a big game. We talked a huge game because the lady was like, "Y'all are crazy," and I was like, "No, I want the cheesecake." And Tom was like, "Me too." And we were like, "Yeah, we've been cruise prepping and all this stuff," and we couldn't finish. We couldn't even start the cheesecake. That's how bad it was. We couldn't even start it. They brought it out, and I was like, "No." and
this waitress, like on cue, cruise training fail, and walks over.
Yeah, she's done with us. It was so funny. Oh, but
do we have any more secrets, or
I'm ready to share any more secrets.
I do have one from Megan, which is pretty much first day when you're getting on the ship, definitely go over to the spa right when you get on the boat. Go up there, get your tour done. You could wheel and deal up there, especially if you're going to be booking in on not sea days, but port days. And so they will cut you some good deals.
Go check the speak pipe. I have a feeling we have a speak pipe.
A premonition?
Yeah, I have a premonition that there's a speak pipe.
Uh-huh.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I am too. It came in 1 minute ago. Okay. Hang on. Let me see here. Share. Audio downloads. There we go. All right. So you can go over to our SpeakPipe at speakpipe.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways and leave us a message and we'll play it on the show. And this one is actually sounds like it's a special message from a friend of the past.
Oh, hi there, guys. This is me. It's Gary. Yes, here I am. I'm here in SpeakPipe land, knowing you guys did a great episode, and I'm so excited for it. I can't wait to listen to it Saturday. Sorry I couldn't make it tonight. I am driving to Florida, and I really am tired right now as I'm driving, but I'm going to make it, I hope. If not,
hope too.
Well, it was good knowing all of you. Happy cruising, everyone.
Well, that was such a nice message.
I really hope he makes it.
Me too.
Not pull over, please.
Oh, goodness. Goodness gracious. God. Oh, well. Okay. So I added this on here and it was I wanted to kind of continue the tradition of bringing up these messages from Mr. Heald. This is one that I thought was quite humorous, and it says here, John, this cannot be right. Yesterday.
Wait, what did they say to John Heald? Don't make me come over there and fight you. I'll fight you.
I love the fact that you control that button and you still interrupt yourself.
I know. It's humorous to me. It says, John, this cannot be right. Yesterday, I was reading and it says a Facebook page, and says, right, that he had received an email from Carnival saying he could not bring his mobility scooter as Carnival has changed their policy. Only people who have booked a full accessible room could bring a mobility scooter. Said Blank said Carnival was doing this because there were too many mobility scooters. I use one because I'm overweight and have arthritis. I need my scooter, not just to get around the boat, but as for trips ashore, I cannot walking, especially on uneven or cobbled streets. Is this fact, John? It's causing many of us so much worry. The worry is turning to anger. Is this the truth, John? And so John says, no, it is not the truth. The reason I'm posting this here is because you are not the only person who have asked. And so before this gets out of hand, I felt the best to clarify that this is not true. This is yet another example of the stuff and nonsense that is allowed to be posted on the self-named, very important Facebook page. Yes, we do have a lot of mobility scooters, and that number is growing for sure, but we do not ask for any proof as to why you need one, or to inform us that you need to be bringing one or using one, or that you need a full ADA cabin to be allowed to bring one on board. The only thing that we ask of a mobility scooter is the user to remember that you cannot store your mobility scooter outside of your cabin door, and to please drive responsibly and carefully and have a brilliant time. Cheers. So, if you have any questions about it, you should just what's that song? The Scoot song.
Just go to the FAQ.
Yeah, absolutely.
Carnival. Because everything that is being posted as wrong can be, found on the FAQ page. If you just take 5 minutes to go to carnival.com and click the frequently asked questions.
Yes, I would say that every page but this podcast is probably a source of fake news. So, I mean, we've dished it out too. But it is important to go ahead and, make sure that you have a scooter that fits through your doorway. If you don't, you could actually rent one. So, like, before you get on the ship, go over there. They'll have a little rental thing, and you can go in there, rent it, and you'll be all set up. So you'll be good to go. And if you ever want to be entertained, go to Spotify and search for the Scooter Shuffle by Madison and the Deckhands. And Madison has a really awesome song, and it is quite humorous to me. So oh, it's like you scoot them to the left, you scoot
But to double down on what you're saying, I don't believe everything you see on Facebook unless you see it in our group. And if you have questions, check the FAQs or call. Yeah.
That's one thing I love about having like a travel agent, is because like sometimes like if you don't have a travel agent or a Carnival agent, then you end up like having to call their like 1-800 line and waiting for hours and hours and hours waiting for somebody to answer. And I just call my travel agent and then make her wait on the phone for hours and hours. So, because that's her job. So but typically if I have a question, she knows what the answer is and she just takes care of it for me. So yeah, make sure you head over to our Facebook page or facebook.com/Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. We got a group and we got a page. Make sure you join them both. And you can actually go to thepodcastaways.com. It'll have all the links there as well that you can go ahead and go click in and find all the stuff, like our SpeakPipe page and all that stuff. It's going to be on there as well. But just know that you are unique, you are special, and you are loved.
And remember, everyone, hug your loved ones. Let them know you love them, because you never know when's the last.
Now I'm experiencing the same awkwardness Gary experiences trying to come in after something like that. This time, this very hour, next month, I will be sailing to Mexico, probably paying $42 extra per person per port. And because Princess does not have confetti, whatever the hell it is, heck it is, cheesecake, I will be finding out what their sail away dessert is and reporting back, because that's the faithful reporter that I am. I'm going to keep you all locked in on that crucial detail.
Very good.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
And it is 14 days. So I'm going to say it again, 14 days until we're sailing the foosball tables. Bye-bye. See ya.